Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Just getting yourself situated on the mat. You're gonna lay all the way down on your back. So just starting out nice and comfortably here. Allowing your feet to splay open wide and allow your palms to rotate up toward the ceiling so that you broaden across your chest. And before we get into any kind of movement, just take a few moments to get settled into your body. Right? It's early in the morning, but sometimes even then your mind could be racing with your to-do list, trying to get things done. Maybe even lingering on things that may have occurred yesterday. So just take a few moments here to get settled into your body. Closing your eyes, noticing any colors or shades you see behind your eyelids. And then starting to notice your body a little bit deeper, so maybe doing a scan of your body from head to toe, just trying to go nice and slow, going inch by inch, and noticing how you're feeling physically today. So noticing the subtle sensations of the air against your skin, the floor pressed against your back. And maybe noticing any areas where you may be carrying any extra tension or soreness. Good, and then once you've reached the tips of your toes, we're gonna focus a little more on our breath to get started. So that's a big foundation of yoga, is mindful attention to the breath. So staying lying on your back, just begin to bring one hand to rest onto your belly and one hand to rest right over your heart. So feeling the rise and fall of the belly and the rib cage. Noticing where your mind may travel and just trying to bring your awareness into your breath. Good, and then let's begin to deepen that sensation by taking a few rounds of full diaphragmatic breaths. As you're ready, start to take a big inhale through your nose, fill the belly, ribs, and chest. And then open your mouth to sigh all out. Good, drawing the belly button in at the bottom. Do that again, big inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. 2 more, cleansing breath in. Exhale to release. And 1 more, take the biggest breath of today so far. And then exhale to let it go. Good, and now we'll start to invite some movement into our bodies, trying to coordinate movement with our breath to some degree. So on your next inhale, take a full body stretch. Reach your arms all the way up and back behind you. See if the backs of your hands could press onto the floor, feeling an arch in the low back. Just pause for a few moments here, feeling the lengthening in the sides of your body as you reach your fingertips far behind you. And play around with pointing and flexing the feet here as well. So just trying to get as long as possible throughout the day. Our spine gets compressed, so really trying to lengthen, decompress the spine here for a few moments. Take another deep breath in. And then on your exhale, draw both knees in toward your chest. Grab hold of your shins, or maybe you grab the opposite wrist with one of your hands. Feel the lower back press down into the ground. You're in this little ball shape with your body. Gently rock from side to side here. So just subtle movement here, starting to open up your hips and give your back a little massage, rocking from side to side. It's still early in the day, so good to take your body in these different positions. Good. And then after rocking from side to side for a few moments, you're gonna settle in the center of your mat. Keep your legs bent, but inhale your arms out nice and wide. So your arms are in the shape of like the letter T. Big wingspan here, palms face up, legs are bent. And then you're just gonna begin to lower the bent legs over to the right, hovering them up and away from the ground. And then as you inhale, draw the legs back through center. Exhale, rotate the legs over to the left. Try to keep your knees squeezed together if you can. That creates a little more rotation in the spine. Good, inhale back through center. Exhale, lower and hover to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale to the left. Good, and then just do that a few more times, moving at your own pace. So trying to release a little bit into the lower region of the back, mobilize the spine, a little bit of core engagement as well. Good, and then the next time your legs fall over to the right, allow them to come all the way down to the floor. So really easing into this twist now. Drawing the left shoulder down toward the ground as your legs rest down. So creating that rotation in your spine. And then you should feel a big stretch in the left pec as well. So getting an opening across your chest as your shoulder blades draw together, as they retract together. And then just find ease in this position. Try to relax into it as much as possible. Tuning into your breath. Good, and then on your next breath in, rotate your legs back through center. And as you exhale, rotate over to the left this time until the legs find the floor. And then continue to draw that right shoulder blade down to the ground to create that opposite action. Feeling that rotation in the opposite direction. And then really allowing gravity to do the majority of the work. So if you feel your body is still tensed up, see if you can mindfully relax those areas that are, still holding onto your own body weight. Good, next breath in, draw everything back through center. You can give yourself another squeeze here, so grab hold of the shins if that feels good. See if you could draw the knees a little bit closer toward the chest, and then just begin to point and flex your feet here as you continue to hug yourself inward. Good, and then from here, you're gonna release the vines on your legs. Allow the soles of the feet to find the ground. So knees are still bent, feet are on the ground, and then bring your arms along your side. So palms face down, arms just rest gently along your side. And then just a little bit of core engagement here. So if you have an extra curve in your low back, see if you could suck your belly button in toward your spine and really press the low back into the ground. So that's engaging your deep core muscles here. Mindfully engage through the bottoms of your feet. So feel that rooted connection of the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, heel, press down through all 10 toes. And then we'll do a few rounds of bridge pose. So a mild back bend here. As you breathe in, you're gonna lift your hips up toward the ceiling. Try to keep your neck neutral. And then as you exhale, lower the hips down toward the ground, trying to release one vertebra at a time. Tailbone being the last thing to touch down. Good, again, just like that. Inhale to lift and press, feeling that stretch and opening in the thighs and hip flexors. Exhale to lower it down. Good, 2 more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lift and press. And this time, hold in this position. Hold in your bridge pose. See if you can imagine there's a block in between your thighs and you're kind of pressing inward, engaging your outer thighs here. And then option 2, walk your hands beneath you, interlace all 10 fingers, and then use that bind to kind of draw your shoulder blades together, broadening across your chest, and all the while engaging your thighs, pressing the hips upward. And we'll stay here for 2 more full rounds of breath, really filling through the belly. Exhale. Deep breath in. And full breath out. Good, if you took the bind, you could release it, arms along your side, gently reclining all the way back down till the hips tap down to your mat. And again, you're just gonna squeeze the knees in toward the chest. And then this time we'll take this into happy baby pose. So for that one, you could grab either your ankles, the inner edges or the outer edges of the bottoms of your feet. And then as you do so, you're gonna press your feet directly up toward the ceiling as your knees come out nice and wide. Good, and so you have that connection with your feet or your ankles with the hands, and then use that connection to kind of like draw the knees down a little bit further. So you're getting an opening in the inner thighs, the hips, and a release to the lower back. The more you pull down, the more you lengthen through the lumbar spine. Just a few moments here in stillness. Good, and then keeping this position, just kind of add a little bit of movement. So start by rocking your body side to side in your happy baby. You could play around with the bend of your legs as well. You could bend a little more as you rock one way. You could try straightening one leg at a time, just to whatever degree your body will allow. And part of the yoga practice is, just being intuitive with your body, adjusting as you see fit to whatever your body is craving. Challenging yourself, but also, listening to your own limitations. Still getting warmed up here, letting it feel good. Good, and then settling into stillness again. From here, you're gonna really deeply bend into the legs, close the legs together, and then you're gonna straighten your legs all the way up toward the ceiling. So it's almost like your body's in the shape of the letter L here, getting a mild stretch to the hamstrings, grabbing hold of the back of your thighs, or even interlacing your hands so your legs are straight. And then in this position, actively flex your feet. So draw the toes down toward your face. Notice how that creates tension in your calves, your hamstrings. And then as you breathe out, point your toes all the way up toward the ceiling. Different sensation here. You may feel it in the tops of your feet, the front of your shins. Good, inhale, you're gonna flex the feet again, drawing those toes down toward your face. Exhale to point. Good, do that a few more times, moving with your own breath. Good, and then just relax the feet. Big bend into your legs, grabbing hold of the shins, and then your hamstrings, and then you're gonna begin to rock yourself forward and back a few times until you arrive at a seated position. Okay, so now changing up our positioning.
Arriving in a seat, from here, you're gonna extend your left leg long in front of you, bend your right leg in. So the legs are in the shape of a figure 4. Focus on sitting up nice and tall. So grounding down through your sitting bones, trying to find a good posture here, and then ensuring your shoulders are squared off toward that left foot as you actively flex the foot toward your face. Good, and then from here, you're gonna inhale your arms up high, biceps next to your ears, really reaching up through your fingertips. Good, deep breath in. On your exhale, you're gonna begin to hinge forward, but just halfway. So your chest is hovering away from the thigh. Good, inhale to come all the way back up. Exhale to hinge and reach halfway. Inhale, rise up. Exhale to hinge. Inhale, lift. This time on the exhale, you're gonna hinge, 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 and then you're gonna really fold forward. So you could either release the arms alongside the leg, or if you crave a bind to get yourself a little deeper, you could grab hold of your foot, your ankle, your thigh, whatever is accessible. And then just release the back of your neck here. So you can round your head forward, slight protraction in the shoulder blades. So you're stretching out the back side of your body, deepening that sensation in the left hamstring here. And we'll hold here for several rounds of breath. One more deep breath in. And exhale out. Good. If you are holding on to anything, you could gently begin to walk yourself up. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So extend your right leg long, bend your left leg in, and again, find your positioning. Move the flesh from beneath your seat to ground down through your sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall. And then as you breathe in, arms come up nice and high, biceps next to your ears. Breathe in to reach high. And as you breathe out, hinge from your hips, lowering halfway, reaching through the fingertips. Good. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale to lower halfway. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower and hover. Inhale to rise. And exhale to hinge forward. Good. This time you're gonna allow yourself to fold all the way down, and again, option to either rest the arms alongside the leg or hold on to whatever is accessible. And breathing into any areas of tension, maybe noticing the difference in the intensity of the stretch on this side versus the other. It's rare that they are perfectly even, so just acknowledging any imbalances from left to right side. Good, and then from here, you're gently going to walk yourself back up to a seated position. And then from here, you're gonna put your hands right behind your seat. Take a deep bend into both legs. So you're sitting with bent legs out in front of you, and your feet are about as wide as the mat. And we're gonna windshield wiper the legs here. So when you lower your legs, they both go in the same direction, both knees about 90-degree angles with the knee and the calf. Good, so rotating from side to side here. And the more you keep your shoulders squared forward, the more internal rotation you're gonna feel in your hips. So the less you allow the upper body to rotate, the more you're gonna get that sensation into the hip region. So if you have tight hips, this is a really good movement. Good to start with dynamic movements and then hold the stretch typically. Good. The next time your legs fall over to the right, pause there. See if you could bring your hands through heart center. So you're using a little core engagement to stay stabilized. And again, try to keep your shoulders squared toward the top of your mat. And then from here, you're going to lift your left knee up, trying to plant through the sole of the left foot. Good. And then draw the knee back down toward the mat. So inhale to lift. Exhale to draw the knee back down. So really working into this left hip rotation here. Do that a few more times. Good, one more lift. And lower. Good. And now we're gonna switch sides. So